At the end of the day, is basically have the motor just about apart. And yes, I do have terrible handwriting. Even with my big boy wrench, and no, it didn't taste good. Figured out what heads we have. I finally got my hands dirty. Like forearms like Hercules. Spinning ain't winning on the drag strip.
This chunky stuff right here,
yeah,
that's carbon buildup.
Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and today we are continuing our series on disassembling this engine right here. You guys can see, actually, it's up on the stand right now. I did have the stand last time, but I didn't have the engine on the stand, but I didn't actually put it on there. Matt did. He did that. You know, we kind of got in a hurry, and I was busy, as I usually am, so he put it on here. But yeah, so what we're doing today is we're actually, I'm going to take the intake manifold off the lower, which I have done that before, so it should be okay on that. But, and of course the valve covers, we're taking, the goal today at the end of the day is basically have the motor just about apart, although the heads are not coming off, these trick flow heads, but all the accessories are coming off. The oil pan, I need a new oil pan. And so really what I'm doing is I'm just putting all new gaskets, a new oil pan and all of that, resealing the motor. But this is the process to tear it down and kind of look and see what we're dealing with. But feel pretty good about the motor because the compression test came out good. So it's really just a teardown, guys. If you haven't seen the other parts of this video, I do have a playlist. I will link that down in the description below. But yeah, that's what we're doing. But before we do jump into that, I do want to mention one other thing. Last night, I did a live stream on the channel. I'm doing them once a month now, the first Friday of the month. Every month I go live at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's a lot of fun. I love hanging out. Usually Tiffany joins me as well. So if you haven't been able to attend one of those yet, I like it. I like the interaction. Definitely check it out. It is the first Friday of every month at 8 p.m. But anyway, enough about that. I need to go ahead and get started because I got a lot of work to do. So let's jump in. It's always a good idea to label, guys. Actually, they do have a lot of SSPs here, so I've got to make sure to label it GH704. And yes, I do have terrible handwriting. Don't give me a hard time about it. Guys, I was pulling the fuel rail off, you know, the injector rail, and I don't know what it is about me and fuel rails, or fuel, but of course I pulled it out and I got fuel all over my hand. But at least it wasn't like last time when I ended up getting fuel all over my face, and no, it didn't taste good. In case you somehow missed that, I just got to throw that clip in real quick here. Oh. I'm struggling with this coolant rail, guys. This thing does not want to move, even with my big boy wrench. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the valve covers off, and then I might see if Matt has a tip to get that thing off. I don't know, maybe some PB Blaster would help, or maybe I just need, like, you know, some steroids. Just kidding, don't take steroids. All right, guys, taking a break from the engine disassembly, and you know, Fox Resto, always Fox bodies, right? There's Peaches, but met this guy today, and this is his 87 T-top car. Basically getting, he had a problem with a window going up, that's why he's here today. But yeah, this is Joe's 87 T-top. And he actually had it plasti dipped. It was multiple colors, but I think it looks pretty good. I really like how this came out. Got a black wing here. I don't know if you guys can tell that, but he's gonna start it up so we can hear it run. It's lightly modded, maybe a cam, they think, and not a GT40. I have that on my car. A Cobra intake and some headers, and does have Flowmaster exhaust, which you guys know I love. So yeah, let's crank it up and listen. Also, I will have his Instagram, so I'll throw that up on the screen here for you guys if you want to check out more of this car. But there's always Foxbody stuff happening here, guys. Fox Resto, it's pretty cool. What do you guys think about those pops? Yeah, it doesn't have tailpipes on it actually. It just comes out like right before the wheel, but it's pretty cool. And he also did a disc brake conversion in the rear, which is pretty cool. You don't see those a lot on the 4-lug setups. So I think he's saying he wanted to make it more of kind of road race rally car. So like I said, check out his Instagram if you want to see more of this car, but it's pretty cool, man. Always Foxbody showing up here at Fox Mustang Restoration. All right, guys, the intake is off, the valve covers are off, and I figured something out here. Actually, I knew I had trick flow heads. If you guys can see that 170cc. Figured out what heads we have. The trick flow 170cc's. Obviously, this is a stock intake manifold, so it's not going back on. I was pretty sure I was gonna put the GT40 on for my Tar Heel Fox, but we'll see. I'm thinking about maybe doing something different. I don't know, stay tuned on that. The one other thing I did have a problem with is the coolant rail here. Could not get this to loosen up no matter what I tried, guys. So we just kind of bend it out of the way. You might have seen Matt helping me with that there, and actually Matt couldn't even get the bolt off, and he's got like 4 arms like Hercules. So if he can't get it off, I have no shot. So we're just bending it out of the way. But yeah, teardown is commencing. I did drain the oil, so we're gonna turn this over to take off the oil pan. I need a new oil pan, I know that already. Right now I still got to get the headers off. I still got some accessories, so more work to do. Let's get to it. So guys, I'm actually taking the front accessories off right now, but I did want to point something out here on the compressor. Let's see if I can do this one hand. Oh, it's a little heavy, but I can do it. You guys see this notch right here? So this particular bolt, I did not take all the way out. So like I said, this is a notch here. You see that there, and it slides right in and holds it. So that's why you don't take that bolt all the way out. All right, guys, it's actually starting to warm up in the shop here. There's not any heat in the shop, but it's a nice day outside, so that's why I lost the little Carolina overcoat. Carolina is playing Duke tonight, by the way, but I always wear Carolina stuff. Anyway, let me catch you guys up on the teardown here. So you see I basically got where the power steering pump was on. I removed that, removed the AC. So what I gotta do now, I gotta get these 2 bolts off, gonna remove the crank pulley, and then gonna remove, I believe, the timing cover next, or no, probably gonna have to pull the balancer off first, but I know it's a lot of time lapse again, but this stuff is just nuts and bolts, guys. It's just kind of new to me. So yeah, I'm showing it to you guys and just kind of digging in, but let's jump back into it. That's where I'm at though. It's actually coming apart pretty well. I'm surprised how easy it's coming apart, except for, you know, that annoying coolant rail. But anyway, we already talked about that. So let's get back on it. Okay, obviously getting a lot closer, guys, but there is someone at the shop I do want to show you. But before I do, see, my hands are actually getting dirty. I didn't wear gloves that time. 50 Fox, I didn't wear gloves. You know, he keeps bugging me about it in the comments. So 50 Fox, I finally got my hands dirty. Icky, come here. Come here, Icky. That's right, we've got Gearhead 704's friend, Icky. Oh, and he also has Elise with him. She is very pregnant, guys. Gonna have puppies soon.
She's covered in.
But yeah, I know, she's got dirt everywhere. What's up, Icky? What's going on? Always mom, it's always about mom.
It is, yeah.
We love Icky. Yeah, good boy. What's cool about Icky is Icky actually grew up at this shop, so he's like a shop dog, you know? He's awesome. He knows not to drink the motor oil or the antifreeze, that type of thing. So we love having Icky on here on Gearhead 704. Okay guys, it's time for the balancer to come off, and I got the bolt out there and I was yanking on it and it doesn't come off, and that's because Matt's here to tell me why I didn't get that off. I need this tool.
A special tool.
All right.
It's a harmonic balancer puller. That's your harmonic balancer. It offers the counterweight for the crankshaft if it spins to eliminate
The balancer does.
Yeah, it eliminates any harmonic vibrations. Whenever those go bad, and I'm sure a lot of you have had this, the rubber insulator, if you got the metal inner part, you got a rubber insulator, and then you got the outer ring. A lot of times this rubber insulator breaks down, this starts spinning on you, and then you start getting a vibration in the motor. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have had that, so.
That's probably not very good for the bearings, is it?
No, not at all, not at all. So, but yeah, this is how you're gonna take it off. You got the special puller, you got your hub here, universal, do several different bolt patterns. We're just gonna use the opposite bolt patterns. Thread in the puller shaft. You got this little adapter that goes on the end. This allows it to spin. So you can see I can spin the shaft, but the adapter that's going to have all the pressure on it won't spin.
It doesn't spin, okay.
Right, so that's made like that specifically. What I do, because I've actually had in the past, this a lot of people will just put, the reason this is tapered, a lot of times it'll go into a bolt hole. Like, you know, like the taper will just sit into the thread and, you know, won't actually mess up the thread. It'll just touch the outside of the nut.
Right.
But a lot of times there could be so much pressure needed to take that off. I have mushroomed over the threads on the crank. Haven't done it in a long time. I only screw up once and I fix it. So what I do is I take the original crankshaft bolt, I put it in by about 3 or 4 threads, and then go ahead and put the puller on. Now, you will not be able to pull the balancer all the way off with this bolt in there, obviously, so we will need to...
It's like to loosen it, help loosen it?
Right,
Okay.
we're going to pull it most of the way off until we pull the balancer to the bolt, and then we'll remove the puller, take the bolt out, and then we can finish it off with this little tapered nub.
Okay.
But I don't like to do the whole pull with it because, like I said, I have in the past mushroomed over a little bit of threads, which is fairly easy to fix, but it's also a pain in the
if
butt.
you can
Why
avoid
not
it,
do
yeah.
Exactly. So,
Okay, yeah, I see they just screw in.
yeah, so all I'm doing is I'm screwing the 4 bolt holes that holds the crankshaft pulley on. I am threading those bolts directly into that. I usually don't thread them all the way down. I'll go about halfway. And you can see now this is all the way out here. So thread this in. You see that nub's gonna go right up against the head of that crankshaft bolt.
Yep.
And that's gonna protect the threads on the crankshaft. So now, to pull it off, this threaded shaft, we're gonna screw it in, which is gonna push against that bolt. It's gonna pull this assembly away from the crankshaft, which is attached to the balancer. So, it will pull the balancer off. See it coming off?
Yeah.
If we come right back here, you can see it.
Oh yeah, it's moving
See
forward.
it coming out?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go until we get to the point to where it stops up against the bolt, which will be almost all the way out at that point. It actually feels like this one came almost all the way loose. Now I'm up against the bolt, so take the bolt off.
That was easy. Okay.
Yeah. Now we'll go ahead. Oh, look, it's already off.
Yeah, it's already off.
That's it. Sometimes you don't even have to do that. And there you go.
Nice.
That's how you pull the balancer off.
So this is the crankshaft.
This is the end of the crankshaft.
Okay.
Yes, you can see right here. There's that little square notch right there.
Yep.
That's called a keyway. That keeps the balancer indexed. You can see you got a notch made right there. That slides in. That keyway slides in.
Is this a stock balancer from what you can tell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. This is absolutely stock.
All right.
See, it's got an 84 stamp number, E4TE.
Okay.
E is 1980s. 4 is the year in the decade, so it's a 1984.
Cool. Well, that came off really easy.
Yep. So now you're ready to pull the oil pan off. So we'll actually flip it upside down.
All right, get to spin it around. So look for the spinning. Spinning ain't winning on the drag strip, but it is winning here today with this motor. Finally finished disassembling the motor. You know, we got the intake manifold, we got that pesky bolt on the coolant rail. We'll see how that works out. Headers, valve covers, which I'm not reusing these valve covers. These are for a carbureted car. I gotta get some fuel injected ones. Got our AC compressor off. And I need a new oil pan, guys, in case you didn't know. This one has a, well, I don't try not to get oil everywhere, but
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
You can see it's been rubbed through right there.
Actually, is that from like rubbing on the K-member?
That could be a K-member, maybe the sway bar, whatever it is.
Okay.
Something was rubbing right there a lot.
Yeah, so oil just kept coming out of here, guys. I mean, I can feel it to the touch. You can probably see the teardown is basically complete, and Matt has seen a lot of motors like this before. I haven't. This is the first time for me.
Right.
But you're a veteran here. And so you were looking it over and you actually say it seems pretty good. I mean, we know the compression test came out good, but there's things you're looking for.
Right, yeah. And I know you were concerned about the, you know, if we had to rebuild the motor or whatnot. Right. And I think we're really good. The motor looks extremely clean inside. You'll look right here on this oil pickup. You can see this chunky stuff right here.
Yeah, see that
so
on the pickup
comes
tube.
off.
Yep.
That's carbon buildup for like when you don't do an oil change and you let the oil sit in there for a long time and it's constantly getting heated up, it starts clumping together like this. Okay. It's carbon buildup. So if the rest of the engine looked like this, I would be worried to be like, it's got a lot of miles on it, it's worn, it wasn't taken care of, we need to rebuild it. But however, this looks really good. You can see here's your crankshaft, here's all the connecting rods for all the, you know, pistons and cylinders.
Doesn't have that carbon buildup on it.
Right, right, it doesn't. It's super clean. Doesn't have any corrosion, any rust, any carbon buildup. It's just nice, clean, thin layer of oil. Another thing that I noticed that I really liked, if you look right here, it's a remanufacturing tab.
Oh, yeah.
That it was rebuilt by Ford. Obviously not the trick flow heads, but at least the lower end and the rotating.
The bottom end's Ford.
Yeah. Yeah. But this thing here, yeah, I mean, I think it's in great condition. The timing chain doesn't really have much slack.
Yeah, we were
to it.
thinking we were going to change it, but it looks really good, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's super clean. It's got just a little bit of movement, which you're going to have a little bit, but it's not real sloppy. For a chain that would like be high mileage and stretched out,
yeah,
they get really sloppy. This one here, you just got a little bit of play. It's I think it's nice. Not going to worry about replacing that either.
Awesome.
You know, while we got it open, I think we'll go ahead and throw a oil pump in there. Maybe throw a high volume oil pump in there. Just for
hey, we're already right here, so
right, it's right there. It's inexpensive and it's an insurance measure.
Will we get a new pickup tube as well, probably, or
no? The oil pumps, you don't even get the drive shaft for the oil pump. The oil pump, you're going to get just the pump assembly and a gasket, and that's why you'll see this tube has been reused.
Okay.
So that's why
we'll clean it up a little bit, maybe though.
Right, we can clean it up. I would want to look down in there just to see if there's any carbon buildup inside the tube. If there is, then we will replace it.
Then we'll get a new tube.
Yeah, because you don't want that carbon breaking loose and flowing through the motor. Yes, the oil filter will catch it, but you know, then you're clogging the oil filter, you're losing oiling capabilities. So it's just get it clean. You know, we'll get it clean. Okay. Make sure there won't be any issues.
And the freeze plugs all look pretty good.
Yeah, freeze plugs. These are these round things right here. You just want to look for rust on these. Rust, or for them to be out of place, or any dings or holes. All look super clean.
Awesome. And we had it on the other side when it was over, and you looked down on that side with the lifters and whatnot, and that looked good as well.
Yep, that looked good. Looked just as clean. I figured once I saw that, you know, it'd be pretty clean on the bottom.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's going to be a great motor. It's a good stock block with some trick flow heads on it. Yep. You know, I think we get a little bit of performance out of it. Be nice and dependable, which is what we're really looking for. You want something. Yep. you know, dependable. You can hop in, drive across the country if you need to.
Well, that's great news, yeah, because I do like going fast dependably. So
There you go,
I'm going to be able
yes.
to do that. Very
I think
awesome.
you've had the other experience going fast for
yeah.
short distances.
Yeah. Shouldn't shift from second back into first at full RPM, full throttle. I've learned that's a bad idea.
It can be. It can be.
Anyway, yeah, great news on the short block, and well, I guess it's still long blocks. It's got the heads on it, but great news on the motor. So we're pretty much done with everything today, though, right?
Yeah, and we did do the compression test, so we have indications that the internals, all the seals and everything are good because we got a good even compression reading across the board. So everything that I see here, I don't see any problems with the motor. We're just going to go ahead, get everything nice and cleaned up. We're going to reseal it with new gaskets. You did have some reusable gaskets, so as long as they're not nicked up, we'll reuse those.
And we know we're going to need an oil pan, intake mount, with a few parts we're going to need.
Few parts you're gonna need.
Well, guys, stay tuned to the channel for that. All the parts, I'm gonna be going over that in another video because I know this has already been a very long video, but the teardown is done. I'm pretty excited about that. Huge shout out to Matt for all the help today. Thank you, bud. Definitely check them out if you need some Foxbody parts because they're Foxbody people. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time and you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe because I do upload 2 times a week, every Sunday and Wednesday. And we'll see you next time on Gearhead 704.